This is alarming. A private meeting was held about you yesterday, and three people are removing you from the Archangel Michael says last night, while you were unaware, a closed-door meeting took place. Three individuals whose faces you know, but whose intentions have remained hidden for too long sat around a table and made a decision about your future. They are preparing to remove you silently from the greatest opportunity of your life. It was supposed to be your moment. A blessing that has been circling your name for months was finally taking shape. But their conversation wasn't about celebrating your success. It was about replacing your name. This meeting was not random. It was planned 3 days ago, and everything they discussed was rooted in jealousy, personal gain, and quiet revenge. They are attempting to erase you from something that was divinely meant for you. Archangel Michael says, these three people are not strangers. They have smiled in your face, even supported you openly. But deep down they couldn't handle watching you rise. One of them is pushing the others with urgency because they fear if you find out in time their plan will collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 363. What makes this even more alarming is that the opportunity you're being removed from is not small. It's life-changing. It involves recognition, power, and a sudden shift in your destiny. And the worst part is, if they succeed, you will only realize it when it's already too late. You were supposed to receive a phone call or document confirming your involvement, but that has now been intercepted. One of them is contacting the decision makers on your behalf, pretending to speak in your interest. That person is rewriting the narrative about you, feeding them doubts you never deserve. They are saying things that are not true. They are trying to make others believe you are unfit, unreliable, and not ready for the next level. But in truth, they are terrified of your next step because it elevates you far beyond their reach. Type Amen to get blessing 728. This betrayal is not just professional, it's spiritual. These people were placed in your circle as a test. They studied your habits, waited for a vulnerable moment, and now they are acting while you are still healing from something else. But heaven has seen it all. Archangel Michael says, the spirit realm is not blind to the darkness operating behind your back. And that's why this message is reaching you now, so you can intervene before the curtain fully closes. There is still time, but you must act with discernment and silence. The moment you speak, they will deny everything and play innocent. Let your actions be your defense, not your words. Type Amen to get blessing 481. What they are trying to steal from you was written in your destiny before they ever entered your life. It is tied to a rare door of favor that only opens once every decade. And now they are rushing to shut it on your face before you walk through. One of the three is growing uncomfortable. They did not agree fully with the plan, but were pressured into staying silent. That person may still be your way out. They may confess before the full damage is done. Watch for unusual behavior. Someone may act overly kind or distant in the next 48 hours. It is not by accident. It's a signal that something shifted, that guilt is leaking through the cracks. Type Amen to get blessing 9002. You will also begin to notice that certain blessings start to delay. Things that were moving smoothly may suddenly pause. That is the spiritual resistance caused by tampering from these individuals. Archangel Michael says, you are not meant to lose this battle, but heaven needs you to be spiritually alert. The energy around your name is attracting both favor and attack. Know which side you are feeding with your actions. Their plan is to finalize everything within the next 7 days. After that, Your name will be completely removed from the list. They have already drafted a false reason to justify your exclusion. But the truth is louder than their lies. Something supernatural is about to expose the hidden agenda. And when it does, everything they built in darkness will collapse under the weight of their own envy. Type Amen to get blessing 119. The person leading this plan has a personal history of sabotage. They've done this before to others, but were never caught. They believe they are untouchable, but what they didn't count on was divine interference. There is an email, a message, or a recording connected to you that holds the power to reverse this attack. That item was meant to reach you earlier, but was delayed. Now heaven is releasing it at the right hour. This opportunity that they are trying to erase you from is not just career related. It's connected to legacy, generational wealth, and healing. Once you are in it, your entire bloodline changes. And that's why the enemy is panicking. You are not being warned to scare you. You are being warned so that your spiritual armor is in place. The blessing is bigger than even you imagined, and so is the war for it. Type Amen to get blessing 654. Archangel Michael says, do not confront them just yet. Watch, listen, and prepare your counter in silence. You will gather your strength and walk straight into the truth. You are being lifted into a space that was kept hidden from you for a reason. Now that it's open, the forces that never wanted to see you rise are doing everything to throw dust in your eyes. But their time is running out. You will begin to notice that one of the people involved keeps glancing at you strangely. Their fear is growing because they know this was not their blessing to touch. They feel the weight of their actions even though they pretend nothing is wrong. Soon your name will be mentioned in a conversation unexpectedly. Someone who didn't believe in you will rise and defend you, not knowing they are being used as a vessel of divine justice. Type Amen to get blessing 144. The energy around you is shifting. What they meant for harm is being flipped in real time, and their whispers will soon turn into confusion when they realize their plan has failed. A new door is opening beside the one they tried to block, and this door is higher, brighter, and more stable. Heaven is not just restoring what you almost lost. It is upgrading it. There is a divine record being corrected right now. Your name is being spiritually reattached to the opportunity. A force stronger than their lies is rewriting your timeline even as you read this. But you must walk with wisdom. The storm hasn't ended yet. You are being protected, but not everyone around you is safe to trust. Type Amen to get blessing 518. Watch for a message with a strange timestamp. It will appear late at night or very early in the morning. That message is your signal that things are turning in your favor. You might be tempted to give up, to believe you've already lost, but heaven says don't. The tables are turning in your favor while they still think they've won. The blessing will locate you again. It might come through a different person, or a sudden reinvitation, or even a public announcement that they never expected you to hear. Stay close to your spirit. Archangel Michael says, you are not abandoned. What was hidden is now coming to light. Your moment of justice is closer than your enemies realize. Tap Amen to get blessing 290. Let them whisper. Let them plot. Let them think they've won. Because soon your name will shine louder than their schemes, and they will be forced to watch as everything they tried to take returns to you tenfold. The one who tried to erase you will have to witness you being celebrated. They will sit in the same crowd and hear your name being honored. They will not be able to look away. Heaven has spoken. Now the earth is preparing your throne, and nothing and no one can cancel what God has already signed. Type Amen to get blessing 733. You may feel the weight of betrayal resting on your chest, but don't let it break you. This moment was not created to destroy you. It was created to reveal what you could not see on your own. The exposure of these three people is the beginning of your transformation, not the end of your story. One of them is beginning to lose control. Their nerves are cracking because divine energy is stirring up their conscience. This person will either flee or confess, but either way they will make a mistake soon. Keep an eye on who suddenly becomes distant without reason. Watch who avoids eye contact and changes their tone with you. That is not your imagination. It is spiritual discomfort showing itself in human behavior. Heaven is about to send you signs through repeated numbers, unexpected names, and overheard conversations. You will know you are being divinely guided when the same theme shows up from three different sources within 48 hours. Type Amen to get blessing 677. There's a notebook, email, or old file with your name still on it hidden in a folder they forgot to delete. A document is evidence. If it reaches the right hands, it will stop the plan in its tracks. Archangel Michael says, someone from the higher circle is already starting to doubt the narrative they've been fed. That person is sensing that something is wrong, and their spirit is beginning to lean toward truth. In the coming days, a phone call will not go through as expected. That interruption is not technical. It is spiritual interference protecting your name. Heaven is moving to block the final blow before it lands. Don't get caught up in the emotion of betrayal. Stay focused. What's coming for you is more important than what they tried to steal. Type Amen to get blessing 842. You are walking through a divine courtroom. Judgment is happening without your voice being needed. Your silence is being used as a weapon right now. Soon someone will approach you with a smile, asking strange questions. Do not answer everything. They are trying to confirm if you found out. Let your eyes speak louder than your mouth. Let your energy remain calm and unshaken. That alone will shake the confidence of those who thought they had you cornered. Archangel Michael says, there is fire around your destiny right now. A spiritual force is defending you, one that cannot be bribed or manipulated. Heaven is fighting battles behind the scenes you don't even know are happening. Type Amen to get blessing 210. A spiritual alert was sounded the moment they mentioned your name in that private meeting. Your ancestors, angels, and divine watchers have surrounded your space since that moment. That's why your dreams have been strange and your energy has been shifting. The enemy underestimated your divine backing. They thought they could move unnoticed, but your spirit picked it up before your mind could understand. Now you awake. One of the three individuals recently received bad news. They are trying to blame you for it emotionally. This is fueling their participation in the plan, but that anger will soon return to them multiplied. Karma is already hunting them quietly. One will fall sick, another will lose their credibility, and the third will be isolated by the very people they manipulated. Tap Amen to get blessing 599. Let your next steps be spiritual first, physical second. Pray in silence. Move in wisdom. Respond only when instructed. You are being upgraded to a realm of influence where these people cannot follow. That's why the attack has intensified. It's their final attempt before being left behind. You will receive a message soon that looks confusing. It will seem small, unimportant, but it is a divine key. Do not ignore it. Archangel Michael says, your time is not running out. Your enemy's time is. What they tried to delay is now being fast forwarded. What they tried to cover is being broadcasted. Type Amen to get blessing 8008. There will be a day very soon when you are called back into the very room they tried to remove you from. Your name will be honored louder than they expected. They will not be able to hide their shock. And in that moment, remember, don't gloat, don't point, just rise with grace. That's how spiritual royalty walks back into stolen spaces. One of the three people will try to apologize eventually. They will dress it up as a misunderstanding or blame pressure from others. But you will know the truth. You are not being lifted because of them. You are being lifted despite them. And your elevation will be the loudest silence they've ever heard. Type Amen to get blessing 474. They wanted to make you small. Heaven is about to make you seen, not because you fought back with anger, but because you stood tall in silence. The opportunity they tried to block will return with more power. It will come attached to even greater connections. What was stolen will come back dressed in gold. Your name is rising in rooms you haven't entered yet. Your story is being rewritten in light, not darkness. The final page is not theirs to write. Archangel Michael says, your light terrified the shadows, and instead of dealing with their fear, they tried to turn off your shine. But now they must watch as you glow brighter than ever. Tap Amen to get blessing 317. Heaven is sending angels to restore everything tied to your name. Your finances, your favor, your freedom. Nothing will be left behind. Even your reputation is being polished before the world. You were born to lead, not be left behind. You were chosen to rise, not be replaced. Let this betrayal mark the beginning of your miracle. And when you stand on the other side of this battle, do not forget this moment. It was proof that heaven never abandoned you. Even in silence, you were seen. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Even now, as you read these words, a shift is happening in your spirit. A calm strength is settling in your chest, not because the battle is over, but because you now understand you were never alone. You were being protected in ways your eyes couldn't see, but your soul could feel. Archangel Michael says, the enemy worked in silence, but now the light is louder. Every closed door decision, every whispered betrayal, and every silent agreement is being dragged into divine exposure. What they thought would stay hidden is now trembling under the weight of truth. You may begin to feel strange emotions in your environment, sudden chills, repeated dreams, or repeated names in your mind. These are signs the divine realm is marking you for clarity so you can no longer be deceived by the familiar faces behind unfamiliar pain. You will notice someone around you avoiding your presence, their nervous laughter, their stammering words. It's not random. Their guilt is speaking even when they stay silent. Type Amen to get blessing 422. There will be a small argument soon that seems unrelated, but it will reveal the tension building in their camp. Do not engage in chaos. Just watch what slips out in frustration. What they feared the most is not your reaction. It's your rise. They thought by removing you they were solving their problem, but in reality they activated your upgrade. The more they tried to erase you, the more heaven engraved your name on the next door. You were always meant to walk through it, but now you'll do it with power they'll never touch again. Your destiny is locked in with spiritual precision. No human can tamper with what God has sealed. Their signatures cannot overwrite what's been written by divine command. Type Amen to get blessing 274. Soon you will be invited to something they tried to keep you out of. This will be your moment. Do not hesitate. Walk in with quiet strength. Their faces will not know how to hide the shock. Some may even whisper excuses, but you will not need to say a word. Your presence alone will speak justice. There is a file, a name list, or a project that still carries your imprint. They tried to remove it, but it stayed marked with your energy. That's why it keeps circling back to you. Heaven preserved your place. What they tried to bury is now rising through divine force. It cannot be stopped anymore. Tap Amen to get blessing 688. In the coming week, one of the three people will receive unexpected consequences. It may look like coincidence, but it's not. Divine balance is being restored. You'll be contacted by someone you least expect. They will say something casual, but their words will reveal that your name was never forgotten as the gate reopening. Archangel Michael says, you must now walk as if the breakthrough has already arrived. The way you speak, act, and think should reflect your new timeline. You are stepping into answered prayers. Let this be the last season where you doubt yourself. Let this be the last moment where you shrink to make others comfortable. You were born to disrupt the plans of darkness by just being who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 533. When they see you walk in full power again, they will regret ever tampering with your name. Your works will turn to silence their schemes. Their plans will fall like paper walls. You will hear your name mentioned in a public place in a positive light. That is divine confirmation. Take that moment as a sign that you are realigning with what was always yours. From this point forward, move like someone who knows their name is guarded by heaven. Move like someone chosen. Move like someone who has already won. Because you have. Even though they tried to remove you, they only reminded heaven to restore you. And now you will rise. Type Amen to get blessing 120. There is one final shift you must prepare for. What was stolen from you is not just returning, it's expanding. The delay they caused has only intensified the weight of the blessing you are about to carry. Archangel Michael says, the divine table has been reset. Your name has been written, and yours is glowing with unmatched favor. Those who tried to erase you will now be forced to witness your elevation without being able to stop it. You will hear murmurs in places where your name was once slandered, but instead of harm, those words will now carry admiration, curiosity, and wonder. People will begin to ask, how did you make it through? But you won't have to answer. Your breakthrough will speak for itself. They planned in the dark, but your reward will be displayed in the light. This blessing is not just for you. It's for every soul that ever doubted themselves because of betrayal. You are being positioned as proof that heaven fights for the innocent. Type Amen to get blessing 766. You may start to feel a rush of energy in your chest, or an overwhelming calm in unexpected moments. That is spiritual confirmation your body is aligning with your destiny again. Sleep may feel different, lighter, or heavier. That's because your spirit is preparing for elevation even while your physical self rests. Pay attention to your dreams. They will carry names, faces, and answers. One of the three people will break down in front of someone you both know. Their guilt will burst in tears or confession, and though it may not reach you directly, the vibration of it will free the space they tried to trap you in. The divine realm is clearing the fog. You're going to start thinking clearer, deciding faster, and acting with bolder conviction. Everything that felt heavy will start to feel weightless. Type Amen to get blessing 215. The opportunity they tried to take was connected to something international. Travel, global exposure, or something far-reaching. They knew what it meant. That's why they tried to hold it back from you. But heaven knew too, and that's why it never really left your path. What belongs to your name will always find its way home. Get ready to sign something important. A letter, a document, or contract may reappear, but this time it will carry stronger terms, better numbers, and more favor than before. Divine compensation is in motion. You're not just going to get back what was lost. You're going to walk away with more than you ever imagined. It's how heaven restores, quietly, fully, and powerfully. Type Amen to get blessing 984. Your enemies will be confused when you start winning again. They will try to understand how everything they planned fell apart, but you will not waste time explaining. Let them talk while you walk. Let them guess while you grow. You are no longer in the same room as their schemes. It's time. Your silence will be your celebration. Your peace will be your proof, and your blessing will be too loud to ignore. Archangel Michael says, "Rise now. The moment they tried to stop has already begun. You are walking in it, even as you breathe." Type Amen to get blessing 331.